The 2024 Chevy Camaro. This is going to be your last chance to get a hold of this proper sports car. But let's first talk about what's new for 2024. Every trim level is going to be available as a collector's edition, which comes in a Panther Black metallic tint coat paint job. And again, GM will make as many of these as people order. However, for the ZL1 collector's edition, again in the same paint color, it's going to be limited to 350 units, and it's going to come with a numbered steering wheel plaque. But there's going to be another special edition, but only for the ZL1, and it's called the Garage 56 edition to commemorate the NASCAR Camaro running at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And this ZL1 Garage 56 is going to be available in Riptide Blue Metallic, and we're going to have some graphics and decals and stripes, along with a front splitter, dive planes, and a wicker bill spoiler like the ones used in NASCAR. And as the name suggests, the Garage 56 edition ZL1s, they're going to be limited to 56 units. Other than that, that's everything that's new for the 2024. Still got the same trim levels here, the 1LT, 2LT, 3LT, and then we have the LT1 trim level, which is exactly what I recommend pretty much everyone to get, because this is the cheapest way of getting the 6.2 liter 455 horsepower V8. The 1SS is cool. The 2SS unnecessary, because the more you spend, the more you're getting close to the ZL1, and that's around $75,000. So either you're spending 40 to 45 grand with the LT1 and the 1SS, or you're stepping up to the 75K ZL1. These are the two best value propositions in the entire kind of new sports car buying market, in my opinion, of all the vehicles that I've tested. Now, with these cars, the 6-speed Tremec manual transmission, which is epic, is going to be standard, but the 10-speed automatic is going to be available for $1,595 across the board. And if you want the soft top convertible, that's going to be $6 grand more than the coupe prices. Again, not worth it. I don't want to spend more on this than I have to. And the reason why I'm so high on this car is because this vehicle has no compromises. As long as you are able to fit in this car, driving wise, there's no compromises. It rides great, handles exceptionally well. There's no weird handling issues with it. It doesn't feel unpredictable like the Mustangs. No, this is a good, taut driving product, and you go with that LT1, that is the cheapest way of getting that proper 6.2 liter V8. I guess the only con you could say is that engine, that 6.2 liter V8, it lacks a bit of character, but the fix for that is getting the NPP exhaust. So the models with the quad tip exhaust, that's the dual mode NPP exhaust, and this is a must if you're going to be buying this car. It starts to snap, crackle, and pop like a Jaguar F-Type, so that definitely adds in some character, but you have to make sure that the model that you are buying comes with that particular exhaust system. And price-wise, this sits in a very unique area, because one of the other sports cars that I really like is the GR86 Toyota. That's around 32 grand fully loaded. It's a good car, but it comes with that crummy little 4-cylinder. So honestly, if you're shopping in the Miata GR86 type of category, I suggest you come up with some and you step up to this LT1 Camaro. I really think it is worth the money. And on the opposite scale, you have things like the Supra and BMW M2s and those kind of performance vehicles. Honestly, I think it's better to save the 20 grand and going with either the LT1 or the 1SS. And at the higher level, spending like 75 grand on a ZL1, there's really nothing wrong with that. That's a great price point for a 650 horsepower supercharged V8. It significantly undercuts Hellcats and the Shelby GT500. Well, you can get 75 grand Hellcats, but they're really base models and they're nasty with cloth seats. The ZL1 pretty much comes with everything at that price, so that's definitely a great value proposition, especially compared to a lot of the European cars. And keep in mind, this is a new vehicle that's completely covered under warranty. And that's why I'm so high on this car. It's the sports car of choice for me, and I personally even thought about getting one of these. for 2024, but we'll see. And I went on AutoCompanion's free leasing calculator and I ran some numbers on a 2023 LT1 Camaro with a $42,000 MSRP. I assumed about a 5% discount off of MSRP. That's definitely something I would shoot for with these vehicles. And assuming you have perfect credit, you do a 36-month lease, it's around $550 a month. The interest rate on this lease is 4.5%, which isn't bad, but I think it went up a couple points from the previous months because if you don't know, leasing programs change every month. But this is still pretty obtainable, and you could save some more money if you do things like a one-pay lease, things of that nature. And there's a couple of incentives that people can potentially qualify for as well, like a $1,500 conquest or a loyalty program. So there are some other discounts out there for this car. All in all, this is still one of the most obtainable and best bang for the buck sports cars that you can possibly get. Honestly, this is more fun to drive than the Stingray Corvettes, no exaggerations, and it's a lot less money, but you do have to be able to fit in this car. A lot of people complain about the blind spots and the visibility. That's really not an issue here. That's not something I'm remotely concerned about. It's actually fitting in the vehicle. That's the problem. It's a very snug and low slung product. I'm 5'11", so I can fit in any car, but if you're taller than me, just watch out, because in terms of visibility, honestly, the C7 and the C8 Corvette is far worse than the Camaro, in my opinion. And the Challenger also has a pretty bad blind spot in the rear with the massive B-pillar, but the Challenger is the vehicle that you get if you are unable to fit in the Camaro. And yes, I'm aware that the new S650 Ford Mustang is also out. However, I haven't tried it, and with my experience with the previous generation Mustang, those things have such an ambiguous driving quality about it. There's just no communication with the driver, and that's why so many people spun out in those Mustangs. Hopefully they fixed it for the S650, but with the Camaro, I don't have to wonder or doubt it. I've tried it already, and I love the communication that this car has to offer through the chassis, the steering, all of it. Such a confidence-inspiring driving experience. So I love the Camaro, and I'm going to leave AutoCompanion's free leasing calculator in the description box below in case you want to use it and run some numbers on whatever car that you are interested in. But let me know if you're a current owner of a Camaro. Let us know how it's been treating you, and if you are in the market for one, let us know if you're going to order this 2024. But thanks again for watching. Take care and goodbye.